So Eli told Samuel, "Go and lie down. If someone calls out to you again, say, 'Speak, Lord, I'm listening.'" So Samuel went and lay down in his place. The Lord came and stood there, and God called out again, just as he had done the other times. God said, "Samuel, Samuel." Then Samuel replied, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." Samuel 3:10b. I have called you by name, you are mine. Isaiah 43:1.
Hi, kids!
Oh, hi guys, I'm on the phone. Shh, be quiet for a minute.
Who is that? Who is that?
Hello?
Is that the family fate
Hello?
night kids?
Who are you? You never told me your name.
I still don't know how this thing works. Can you
You
smell
called
me?
me though. If you don't know how it works, why'd you call me?
I texted who? I don't even have email or Twitter.
Yeah. This is a phone though. Fred, somebody's on the phone and they don't know how this works.
Who is it? Oh, I heard him too.
Oh, who are you talking to?
Oh, I think it's for you.
Oh, okay. I'm on the phone though, so I can't talk to them.
Oh, Mort, I think we're supposed to be doing family fate night though.
Yeah, but we're on the phone with people.
Oh, I always wondered why a camera was showing us on there. I just thought that was
It's
Snapchat or Twitter.
Today.
Or
We're
thing.
doing a telethon or what is it called?
Telephone.
We're doing a telethon, so call
We're on the
in.
phone.
All right, well, have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye. Call us.
Kids, so today is all about how God calls us.
Oh, God's calling me. Hello.
I heard God calling, and I answered the door.
Yes, hello.
So, Mort and Fred, do you know that God does call us?
Yeah, you.
Or he's on the phone right now. Why else would I have this thing?
Here, you talk to him. He's got a real deep voice.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Hello? I don't hear anything, Mort.
Oh, am I on the other end? Can you smell me on the other end?
I can't hear you on the other end. I think we're connected.
Well, that's not very efficient. I was calling God, not Fred.
Well, I think unfortunately you were connected to Fred on the other
Why
end.
is that unfortunate?
Fred, give the
That's
phone
not
to
unfortunate.
God. Fred, give the phone to God. What the heck is this business? We're calling God.
Oh, I was trying to call Domino's and order a pizza.
Fred, I'm calling God here.
Oh, well, can you ask him for some pizza while you're at it?
I'll try. God.
So kids, today is about how God calls us and how we respond in return. But just like Fred and Mort are having trouble, we actually
it's
don't
really
hear
busy.
God on the telephone.
Oh,
Well,
then
what?
why is
Okay.
he calling us?
Well,
That's
geez.
just silly.
Glad we did that whole thing.
Actually, it might help you kids to understand that the sign for when we say God calls us is we take our hands on our shoulders and we kind of pull them back and we kind of grab them
Well,
and
that's
get our
silly.
attention.
The phone doesn't touch your shoulders.
No, it doesn't. But you know what, Mort? Let me call you.
Oh, wow.
Fred, let me call you.
Can you try it one more time, but just a little more pressure under my shoulder blade? Yeah. Oh, a little harder. Oh, a little to the left. Yeah. I like that sign.
That's actually an excellent point, Fred, that when God calls us, sometimes it feels good, and sometimes there's a little bit of pressure of like leading us in a certain direction.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, let me get right to my paper, kids. It says,
Well, look at that. Right to the paper, guys. This is serious business. God's calling her now.
it is. It says that God calls each of us daily. and reminds us, and remember it's that he calls us.
Yep, pull the shoulders back, kids. Sit up straight, proper posture.
And he reminds us that we are loved, forgiven, important, and set free. And this calling comes with a mission. This is kind of where we get straightened, Mort, or Fred. To live as someone has received that call and believes its truth and then extends that call of loved, forgiven, important, and set free, lives that out and extends it to others.
Auna, that all sounds quite fine and dandy. I'm all about the whole phone call thing, and once you do that, then you add other people on the call, and it can be like a big group call. It sounds great, but Auna, sometimes I miss the phone calls. So what happens when God calls and I miss it? Then does that no longer work?
You know, that's a really great question, Fred.
Will he call again?
He will, Mort.
Should I set up my voicemail for God?
Oh, yeah, like a special one of like, nobody else please talk. This is reserved for God only.
Yeah, you know, I think you don't have to set up a voicemail, Fred.
Oh,
but
good.
that's kind of a good idea that we always want to make sure that we are ready to listen. And you know what?
Oh,
There
what
are
if
going to be
I'm
times that we
busy?
forget that calling, that we're loved and forgiven, and that we have a mission to share. We're going to forget that, or we're going to miss that some days. And yet we get to start anew the next day.
Because does he call us again?
Again and again and again.
Well, he must be busy calling all of us.
He's got a call. He better be good with a phone. He better have a new phone
Yeah,
because
he
he
better
calls
be really
everyone
good
every
at the
day.
spelling part. I don't know where that one is, but you know, he's probably pretty good at it.
So even if I pick up the phone though, Auna, and he calls me and maybe I'm like being called to, go give food to someone who doesn't have it, what if I accidentally or not so accidentally eat that food for myself and don't do what he called me to do? Will he never call me again?
Oh.
God will always keep calling, even when we make mistakes. Because you know what? That's kind of one of the guarantees in life. We're going to make mistakes.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
God keeps calling.
Wow.
No matter what.
Bring.
Kinda-
Who's calling you, Anna?
Oh.
Bring.
Hello, God.
Auna, this is Fred. I was just teasing. But I was going to say you should bake me some meatloaf and a cake and maybe some ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is
I
you,
was
Fred,
the one
not God.
ringing the phone, too.
All right, kids, well, be ready. Make sure you answer God's calls on the phone. And if you want to borrow our red and blue one, good luck. It doesn't work very well, but you sure go ahead and try.
So families, I want you to talk about that calling and the ways that God has called to you and the ways that calling kind of changes day to day, and yet that same reminder of being loved, being important, being set free, that always remains true every single day, and we start again
Yep.
and live for Him. With that, families, we love you, and we'll see you next
Bye!
time. God
See
bless
you next week.
Cue transition music.
Hi, families. I'm coming to you with a goat fence in between myself and the goats because I'm hoping that this way they can't eat my camera or my paper. So I'm trying to, it's going to be a brand new experience for all of us. We may not see a goat's rear end this time. Isn't that exciting? Anyway, families, I love you so much. Today we are going to be talking about how God calls us. And you already saw from Fred and Mort how the sign for call goes. And this is my dog Sigri. How the sign for call is not like a phone call. Rather, it's how God's hands reach a hold of me and they kind of pull me back. All right? And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to kind of break it down. But first of all, I want to read to you those scriptures again. The scriptures the first one comes from Samuel, which is in the Old Testament. And it says, so Eli, who is Samuel's master, so Eli told Samuel, go and lie down. If someone calls out to you again, say, speak, Lord, I'm listening. So Samuel went and lay down in his place. The Lord came and stood there. The Lord called out, just as he had done the other times. And God said, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel replied, speak, Lord, I'm listening. Kids, we hear in that verse about how God calls to us. Eli had been Samuel's master, and Samuel had grown up in Eli's house and was accustomed to being called by Eli for things. And so this one particular night, he kept hearing a voice say, Samuel, Samuel. And so Samuel, being obedient, went to this voice, and he was like, yes, Eli, Eli, what is it you need? And oh, do you see that? Vanilla Sky Bucket's trying to nurse. Not very successful. Anyway, what was I saying? So Samuel went and he was like, Eli, Eli, what is it you need? And Eli said, Samuel, I didn't call for you. And it happened several times. And finally, the last time when Samuel went and he's like, Eli, what do you need? Eli, who had a lot of wisdom and who loved God very much, said, Samuel, this time I want you to say, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. And when we do that, we recognize, first of all, that God is talking to us. Also the relationship there, that God is God and we are a servant to God. We love God. We recognize that God is the one who has authority in our life, and we want to do everything to serve him, right? But then that next part of, I'm listening. My heart is open. I'm ready to receive and to hear your call. Then we're going to talk about the second verse, and it comes from Isaiah, also in the Old Testament. It says, I, meaning God, have called you by name. You are mine. And that's the most important part of the call that I want to talk to you kids about, is how, I have a goat trying to eat my shirt. The sign for call. I love it because here again, God's hands grab a hold of us first. Before we are sent in any direction, before we are straightened, before any of that happens, we receive God's hands over us that say, hey, Auna, hey, child, hey, parent, hey, grandparent, you're mine. I've got you. God's holding you, okay? We are not sent on anything. We are not kind of pulled back until we recognize that we belong to God. So it's after that recognition, that all of a sudden sometimes we're pulled back. And when I am pulled back, the first thing I want to do is go, I want to look up. I want to say, God, I'm looking to you. I need your strength. I'm not doing it on my own, whatever it is. But I'm pulled back, and a lot of times I'm stopped from going in the direction that I was headed. And then oftentimes, I'm kind of given a little pressure. See this hand, this thumb? It's like, hey, Auna Lynn, go this way. Or Auna Lynn, stop. Or Auna Lynn, pause. Listen to me. Receive my call in your life. So kids, in a little bit, you're going to see me signing a song along with Faith, who is singing it. And it's a song called Here I Am, Lord. And I want you to watch as when I sign that song, you'll see, I have heard you calling in the night. And every time I am called, when I sign that song, I'm reminded and I'm brought to tears of whose I am. That no matter what I'm called to, I am first of all reminded that He's got me. God's got me. And therefore nothing can go wrong, because ultimately God's hands rest upon these shoulders and God's holding me. Would you please pray with me? Oh Lord Jesus, thank you for calling each and every one of us. Thank you, Lord, for reminding us that it is you who hold us. It is you who love us. And with you in our life, all is well.
So Jesus, help us to rest in that. Help us to pause in that. And help us, Lord, to give everything to you, Jesus. Remind us that it is your work that we do, and we are forever grateful. We love you, Jesus, so much, and it is in your name that we pray. Everyone, remember, you are called, you're loved, you're important, and you're set free. Then go. Go, let God lead. Let him call. Love you. God be with you.
Sing along with me. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's sing that again. Here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Cool. This time we're gonna say, Jesus is the light. All right, here we go. Jesus is the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus is the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus is the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Good, let's do that again. Here we go. Jesus is the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus is the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus is the light. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Okay, this time we're gonna say, I will stomp my feet and I will clap my hands. Just those two lines. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, let's go. I will stomp my feet. I will clap my hands and shout, shout. I will stomp my feet. I will clap my hands and shout, shout. I will run around and jump up off the ground and shout, shout. One more time. I will run around and I'll jump off the ground and shout, shout. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Bye.
What is this? Here I am, Lord, comma, send me? No! I do not want that. You, come on, here I am, Lord, send me? You probably remember me. I was here like a month ago or so, and I was looking for a big boy job. You remember I'm big boy Julius Van der Paa, strongest man in the world.
Ah, yes, who could forget? I mean, how could we forget such a big guy who breaks down all the doors?
Every single one of them.
And wants to work for the Lord, as long as it involves something really important, and of course, big boyish. Yeah, now, of course we remember you. Now, what can we do for you?
Go ahead. Tell them the real reason you're here. How you're actually not as strong as you think. And how you're super selfish with your time.
Shush. Well, this big boy, Julius, me, strongest man in the world. I'm pretty tired. It takes a lot to be the strongest man in the world. It takes a lot, and I'm tired. And, you told me to go out and help people with my big boy muscles and all my strength. And you told me I had a very big job to do, but I don't want it anymore. I am done.
You have been doing an amazing job, Julius. The Lord's presence, it's been with you the whole time. And I've been proud of you. You've grown in thoughtfulness, and you're beginning to learn how to put others before yourself.
Well, yes, but Julius is tired. Me, the strongest man. I helped one person, and now I want to sit at home. I want to have Helga May eat the meatballs with me and just enjoy our time, and we can, lift and eat all the meatballs and relax. I don't want to be here anymore. Please, no, don't send me.
Julius, that's not how this works. Right? You can't just up and leave when it gets hard. God promises to be with you all the time. Working through you, Jesus wants to stay and help, bless others, and love them. No, not storm out when the job gets too hard for the big boy.
And there are so many people who need my love in this world. So I've called you, Julius, to do my work, to rely on me, even when you don't have the strength. And don't allow that voice in your head to win. Some of the strongest people in this world are those who are tirelessly giving and loving others, especially when it's hard for them.
Why don't you take a seat over there, Julius, right? And I'll see what we can do. In the meantime, why don't you keep focusing on the verse we had written on the door you so kindly broke down?
Okay, I will try. I'll put it together.
Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night.
Well, miracle of miracles, it sure is good to be in this place again. It sure wasn't easy. Say, I've been meaning to come here for quite a while, but now I just couldn't find the place. But I've missed all of you people.
Yeah, we've missed you too, Hank. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Gertie. Now, so a while back, you called me, because the name of your place is Here I Am, Lord, Send Me, and I came in looking for a job, but you called me to go down and sit with Melvin at the library during lunchtime because he was feeling kind of lonely.
Hank, go ahead and tell them the real reason you're here. How you don't like Melvin one bit. You disagree about everything. You two can't possibly be friends, let alone be in the same library together.
Now, okay, you two, you didn't hear that, but to put it nicely, I'm just not so sure I want to keep eating lunchtime with Melvin no more. I mean, I thought I was just gonna trade my shrimp gumbo for his bologna sandwich, things like that, lunchy type stuff. But then all of a sudden we got to know one another, Melvin and I did, and we started talking and learning things about one another.
Yep. God's presence was with you when you first two became friends, and He was with you even when you started having those disagreements. You both said some hurtful things to one another. It's true. It broke my heart too.
Well, now, here's the thing, Cousin Hubba Bubba. Melvin and I, we just don't get along. We're terribly different people. Melvin votes Republican. I vote Democrat, of course. And he likes the Packers. I'm a diehard Saints fan. How about you? He's all about chocolate, and I like the salty things. I could go on and on and on about the differences between Melvin and I. We're just two completely opposite people. Why on earth did you send me to sit with Melvin in the first place? Of all the people in the world, you send me, Melvin?
Hank, we sent you. Remember, you're not alone. Lots of people disagree, even close friends and family. But now is not the time to abandon your job. Yeah, remember, there is a lot of hurt in this world, but God has called you to do his work. And don't listen to that voice.
That one.
You have been given power through Jesus. Now, why don't you take a seat over there? I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, why don't you keep focusing on that verse that was once written upon our door?
I will, but does this mean I have to sit next to Growl Monster?
Yeah, just for a little bit.
He frightens me, growls at me.
He's all bark and no bite, really. Yeah, he's just hangry. I hadn't had a meatball in like 3 minutes.
Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night.
Oh man, I thought this day would never come. Oh my gosh. Oh, I finally made it here. Do you remember me? I was here a few weeks ago. And you had this sign up about all these jobs, like go painting houses, feeding people, saving cats. Very important to save cats, of course. Raking leaves, making friends, and doing those cards. Remember I did all that stuff?
Oh, yeah, of course. We remember you.
Yeah.
Because you signed up for every single job. Yeah, real do-gooder. Energy to spare.
Bucket Lady, get to the point and tell him the real reason you're here. How no one ever helped you and how you never got the recognition you deserved.
Don't listen to him. I gotta say though, I am really exhausted. I'm just really, really tired, and I'm just beyond finished. Like, I don't even think I have any powers left in my bucket to keep doing this. I'm tired of making meals for people and sending out cards. You're gonna have to find somebody else.
Bucket Lady,
Yes.
I was so proud of your dedication. You never gave up. You just kept going and going and going. God's presence was working through you the whole time. Although, you were encouraged to take some breaks along the way.
Yeah, well, it's just not gonna work out anymore. I'm tired, my feet hurt, my back hurts. I got this real funny kink in my neck that won't go away. You're just gonna have to find somebody else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but Bucket Lady, we sent you. Remember, you're not alone. Lots of people are tired and have almost given up. But now is not the time to abandon your job. Remember, there are a lot of hurt people in this world, but you have been called to do God's work. And don't listen to that voice. You have been given power through the name of Jesus. Now, why don't you take a seat over there or stand or stand there, and I'll see what we can do. Okay, in the meantime, why don't you keep focusing on that verse that Julius so graciously kicked right down for us.
Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night.
Friends,
Yes.
remember, we live in a very broken world with bullies and temptation to only think of ourselves.
With disagreements and arguments over beliefs. With people hurting and so many needing help. What possibly can we do?
By ourselves, we're so inadequate. Yet, through God's grace and power, through the love of Jesus, we stand and confidently continue to say, "Here I am, Lord, send me."
I, the Lord of sea and sky, I have heard my people cry, all who dwell in deepest sin, my hand will save. snow and rain. I have borne my people's pain. I have wept for love of them. They turn away. I will break their hearts of stone. Give them hearts for love alone. I will speak my word to them. Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart. I, the Lord of wind and flame, I will tend the poor and lame. I will set a feast for them. My hand will save. Finest bread I will provide, till their hearts be satisfied. I will give my life to them. Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart.
Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-dong. Dong-a-dong-dong-dong ring. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding. Mort, do you know the Gummy Bear song? I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear. I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear. I'm a gummy bear. You don't know that song, seriously?
That's an actual song?
Mort, I feel like this would be your anthem.
I'm a gummy bear
Yes,
in
I'm
a
a
gummy
gummy
world. Oh, life is gummy when you're a bear. You can eat my head and my body too. Life is
I look like
fantastic
I'm
when you're
not
a gummy
okay
bear.
right now. I look like I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
I am not okay.
Yeah, he looks a little dysfunctional, Anna.
What is happening to me?
I think he lost all the bones in his body. I was reading about that today. If you don't have bones in your body, you look like a blob.
I always want to touch Fred's mouth, his tongue.
That's kind of weird, Anna. Oh, not mine. No, you said Fred. I'm not Fred, okay? Wow.
Oh, sorry. Anything that goes remotely near my mouth, I eat.
It is like
I once ate a sack of quarters.
Why was that near your mouth?
You want to hear all the weird things I've ate?
Not really, but I'm really curious why a sack of quarters was by your mouth.
Oh, I don't know. I got nothing for that one.